What's the trend for Microsoft, gold miners, and Exxon Mobil? If that's what you're interested in, then keep on watching. Here's the Microsoft daily chart from January 3rd. I made a prediction that there would be overhead resistance here, and let's see how price has been moving since then. Fast forward to January 10th, you can see that the flagging pattern for Microsoft continued. There was a breakdown underneath this trend line, and with low volume, price was bought back up. You can see that it was purchased all the way back up into this resistance zone that I had depicted. My thesis remains unchanged. To me, it looks like it's losing a lot of momentum and that lower prices will be coming. Now, as you can see, the all-time highs here, today just missed the all-time high by just a little bit. I think what will happen is tomorrow, the market makers will gap it up. It will probably get above this long-term trend line here, and retail investors will follow that lead, buy it up, only to have price to be sold at the end of the day. So I think by the end of the day, or perhaps by the end of the week, price will get underneath this trend line. Okay, what that will do is it will have two areas where there are equal all-time highs, or maybe this will be a little bit higher of an all-time high. What will happen is down here on the RSI, the momentum will continue to show downward pressure. So I think the end result will be a double top, and that will result in price failing and further low points. So if you're long on Microsoft, take your profits up here, be happy, and then wait for the discount somewhere to buy back in. I think if it were to break down from up here, with this divergence coming from mid-November to where we are here mid-January, I think that's pretty significant. We might see 350 or perhaps 341 later in the spring. Okay. Switching over to Van Eck Gold Miners. This is the GDX ETF, tracks gold mining stocks. My 3 January prediction was that this overhead resistance will be a critical area to watch for. The few days before January 3rd, sure enough, price was rejected a bunch of times, kept going down. And let's fast forward a week. Here is January 10th, a week later. You can see that price continued to sell down. It even flagged out here, came back up, retested this trend line as overhead resistance, and then continued to sell down. Right now, it is on support. It is on this medium-term support. So the question is, will it use this and bounce? It's possible that price will bounce up to this 30 area, or it may even come back up to here to about 30 and a half. But you can see down here, there's no bullish momentum. There's no positive momentum to diverge from the price action. Price is going down, momentum is going down, so it's really just following it. Any upward moves will be just market makers trying to do a head fake for retail investors to get sucked in. Ultimately, I think lower prices to come. I don't see any bullishness yet. My buy zones are still down here. I've had them depicted there for a few weeks now, and my thesis remains unchanged. Lower prices, wait for the discount, and then buy in. Now switching to Exxon Mobil, the oil play here. On 3 January, I drew this flag pattern. You can see that price went down and then did a bullish move here. Let's see what happened. All right, a week later, price flagged out, failed, and it failed underneath these two price points. Okay, this 100 zone. I think that price will want to retest this 100 zone before continuing lower. Now I also redrew this long flagpole, If you take this long flagpole and moved it over here, okay, so I cloned it and then moved it down here, the predictive price will get down to about 85. We'll see. I'm not fully convinced, but my prior thesis of low prices coming down to 91 remains the same, and I've had this depicted here for a few weeks now. So wait for the sale. 10% off is really nice. You can consider, if the bullish divergence is there, to then buy in. But for now, let's just wait for lower prices on Exxon Mobil.
Come to Remora TC to trade like a shark and not get eaten by one. Let's school together to protect and grow our money.
Remember that my content is for educational purposes only. It's not investment advice. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And as always, good luck with your trades.